Folks, welcome into the Crossing Swords second intermission report. I'm your host, Ty B, joined by Dwayne, and we got Dommy Hockey from Real Talk here. Sabres up 2-1 after two periods over the New Jersey Devils. Casey Middlestat gets on the board for a big one, a great confidence booster. I talked about him a little bit. It's a confidence booster for me, too. He looks like a real NHL player out there, former 8th overall pick. Dwayne, Sabres getting it done that period, give up one, but they get back on it. How you feeling?
I mean, power play got it done for sure. This is like bizarro world, man. Riley Sheehan with a goal and then Casey Middlestat. Like, what is going on right now? Like, those are two names I definitely didn't see scoring tonight, but it's nice to see these guys step up. That's for sure. It's a disappointment to see Hutton in net to start the second. I had a feeling, honestly, just being a goalie and kind of seeing the way his body, like that's a groin for sure. That is a for sure groin. The way he stretched out and just you could see it in the way he reacted. That is 150% a groin injury. And if anything, like at least again from my generation, when it comes to goalies and groin injuries, they linger. Hasek had one of the worst groins in all of hockey. It always used to flare up on him. And one time I remember it flared up with him in '99 against Toronto in the Eastern Conference Finals. So just like with that being said, like that could be an injury that keeps him out for a while. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong. I don't think I am. That looks like a groin to me.
Yeah, that'd be a big issue. If it is a groin injury, like you said, it can linger. Rotolo, you saw that there. We got a blind goalie in net. We hopped off the first intermission report, and that's all I see are tweets about blind goalies.
So there was this blind man, right?
But Hutton didn't look too bad out there.
No, he didn't. He was a little deep on that goal, but, I mean, he just got in the game. I mean, he made a couple big saves right before that, but no, for the most part, I thought he looked pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what you're going to need. Dom, Casey Middlestat getting on the board here. Did you see that one coming here tonight?
I didn't. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I love to see it, though. I don't know why. There's something. I got a soft spot for Casey Middlestat. I don't know if it's from all my time following the AHL, but I got a soft spot for Casey. And at this point, like, put him out there. What can you do? Like, really, like, honestly, what? Yeah, it cannot get worse for this team. So anything that's going to cause an ounce of productivity for these Buffalo Sabres, because good God, it's driving me insane. 7-1 slick. Yes, Casey's playing well. I love to see it.
No, absolutely. You see the Sabres actually, playing much better that period overall at 5v5. Weren't hemmed in that whole time. I thought they played a lot better in transition, got the better of the chances there. You can see that in more high danger chances overall and in the expected goals. I'd like to see that growth there. If some of these guys start to get that chemistry, you never know. Maybe Ralph is putting together some cohesive units here, Dwayne.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just reading the comment about Larson. Yeah, as long as it's clicking, I'm happy. I'm not here. Like, yeah, I've bashed Casey Middlestat a lot this year. I thought he came into the season very unprepared, lost weight when I thought he needed to put on weight. He has looked good the past couple of years. I'm happy. Like, just give me good hockey. I don't care if I've shit on you or not in the past. If you're gonna give me quality hockey, I'm happy.
Yeah.
With that being said, still, we need to start capitalizing. I know we do have a power play goal, but when you're short Jack Eichel, when you're you obviously you don't have Skinner on the ice, you're short most of your main defensive core. You really got to start burying these power play chances when they come. Especially against a team like New Jersey. It's not very good in your division. You got to make sure you get these W's.
And you saw how quickly they can come down and score.
Yeah.
You have a pylon like Matt Irwin on the ice.
Yeah, don't even get me started. I hate Matt Irwin just for the sake that he is wearing that number. I will not get over that. It just blows my mind. It makes me so angry. He only wishes he could miss as many nets as Jitnik did.
He doesn't get enough offensive time because he's getting deep.
Worst boots on the team.
The ice.
Where was he going on that goal, by the way? Like, why didn't he just stay with him? He just drifted to the net and just let him cut to the middle of the slot and rip one bar down.
That was so bad. And can we just talk more about about Tage Thompson and how friggin' useless he is?
Whoa, he blocked the shot.
Yeah, he blocked the shot to the moon.
Tage going to the moon.
Yeah, I know. I know Tage going to the moon, but like between that no look, between the legs pass to nobody, and that fan on the one timer, like Jesus Christ, man! I've never seen a guy as big as him play as small as he does. It's
because he's big like a giraffe, not big like a gorilla.
But regardless, you have size in hockey. When you have that kind of size, and you use that to your advantage, you keep people off the puck. You use that he doesn't do that. Like Rotolo, we talked about this after the first intermission. His options on that play instead of making a blind legs pass.
Gumby in real life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. He's just literally like a giraffe on skates.
Oh, it's the worst.
Hot garbage. Hot garbage.
Yeah.
Which isn't that game like high scoring? What the hell's going on with the Islanders in this one? And it's 2-2, so it's at least a push on the.
Well, for them it's high. 2 goals is high for them.
People might be awake in that game in the second.
2 goals and a 10 milligram melatonin coming straight at you from the Island boys.
Most boring team in hockey. I can't stand it.
And probably like the second most boring teams, like tied for second, like the Devils and the Sabres. Thank God Matt Irwin let Jasper Bratt do that, because that was actually filthy. Like we were making fun of Irwin. Like that move though still was filthy. Like that shot.
Oh yeah, he caught super quick to the middle of the ice there. I mean that was very, very nice play, very smooth.
Looks like me in NHL on rookie.
His work on his edges there was elite.
No, the Devils got some decent pieces, man. I mean, they're a young team, right? Like, so they're obviously gonna not be like a super stacked team this year, but they got some young pieces. Heischer's a stud. I mean, the kid's dynamite. Hughes is starting to grow into his own. He's just a little, he's a shrimp cocktail of a human being, so he can only do so much out there. And then Blackwood's sick in the crease, so I mean, they're a sneaky team. If you let them get away from you, they're sneaky.
And that's the thing. That's the thing with Hughes is with him being like the top pick of the draft. Like, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, man.
For
and
sure.
like people always forget, kids like 18, 19 years old when they come into the league, like you're expected to step in right away. Honestly, it might not have been a bad idea for Hughes to not come into the league right away. Like guys like him need to put on more size. Like you said, he's like a shrimp. Like you need to put on more size. And look at his brother in Vancouver. Like he didn't come right into the National. Like he stayed in college and it did him well. It was a service to him. It shouldn't. That's the thing. Like again, unless you're guys like Eichel or McDavid, like there's no reason to rush. Even if you're a top overall pick, to rush him into the National. I've never agreed with that.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
But even Jack, even though he did come right from his draft, I mean, he did still get a year at BU beforehand. I mean, that jump from the USHL to the NHL, which that's where the development team plays in when you're on the 18 and under development team, which Hughes was. You play the majority of your season in the USHL, and then you play some college exhibition games. But yeah, that's a big, big jump to go from that to the NHL right off the bat.
You're playing from kids with men. Like, that size difference alone.
Right.
Quinn will be a
Jack Quinn, though.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I was actually really let down when the OHL postponed and looks like they're not even going to have a season.
Sucks.
It's because the biggest thing is Turini. In Ottawa, obviously he coached the World Junior Canadian. He's honestly, in my opinion, the best coach in all junior hockey. There's nobody better than Bear, and I was excited for him to go back to Ottawa to work with him for one more year, because just under his tutelage alone, I think it would have did him wonders. And not that playing in Rochester here is going to do him a disservice, but I love what Turini does in Ottawa, and it would have been nice to see him go back there for another year. But I've liked what I've seen to a certain extent so far in Rochester. Again, we don't get to see much of what's going on with the Amherst. So
yeah, I know Dami watches a lot of the A.
Dude, we that's the thing with the season, bro. We're playing the comments are playing the Amerks and the Syracuse Crunch every 5 seconds. Like I can't even keep up anymore. The one thing I will say though about the Amerks this year, those red unis, the throwbacks.
Yeah.
Whoo!
Those are nice.
Yeah, those are unreal.
Dude, I almost want one.
I think they're like all around jerseys are like probably top in the AHL.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. Especially because so many of the teams like copy off their NHL teams and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean ours are the Canucks jerseys, right? You know what I mean? Which is fine, like it's cool, but like the only cool thing the Comets do are the Save of the Day Foundation jerseys they do. It's like for a fundraiser here. The Stars black and lime green jerseys. We did those first, but yeah, not a big deal.
Do you guys like those? I mean, everybody likes them. I don't think they're good.
I'm biased because my team's been wearing them for years and they literally just copied them. So I was like, I always look forward to the Save of the Day weekend. Like it's a big weekend for us.
I feel like that lime green is like so like 2014. Like when the Seahawks did it. Like when the Seahawks jumped to lime green, I feel like that was fine of it. Like they were the last team that should do it, and now like the Stars adding that. When those came out, everybody loved them, but I can't stand them. I think they're a AAA jersey.
Oh, well, that's why it's cool. In the AHL, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah,
kind of off subject, only because we're talking about like sick like Rochester jerseys. I'm thinking back to when they had that outdoor game, how sick those jerseys were. Speaking of outdoor games, did everybody catch the Lake Tahoe game?
Oh, you want to talk about that?
For a second. No crowd, honestly, for me,
I loved it.
Was
incredible.
So much better. So much better. Camera angles alone, man, worth 1,000 times better than any Winter Classic I've ever watched. And like I've been to both Buffalo Winter Classics, the one here and then the one in at Citi Field, and it's a surreal experience. Don't get me wrong, just the atmosphere. But like, dude, like even if you have good seats, you're still far away from the ice. Like you don't have like the best view. You're really there for the atmosphere.
Yeah.
From watching at a TV point, that was unbelievable to watch.
Oh yeah, and you got to continue to do it outdoors and picturesque spots. Like,
yeah.
Could you imagine one like down next to the Labatt 6-pack?
Yeah,
I need it.
What
Be
about
drinking it into my veins.
Something like an Oilers Flames game in Alberta, like with the mountains in the background.
Lake Louise in Alberta would be sick.
It would be unbelievable.
Dude, because it's just like Dwayne said too, because like the fans too, right? It doesn't even matter. Like, just if you're doing it to be outside in a sick, mountains in the back, stuff like that. Like, who cares about the fans? Like, it's fine. Like, make it the experience. Sure. Like, why can't we have? I'm gonna rip off a guy whose name rhymes with Joe Conzi Jr. Sorry, buddy. Why can't we just have like an established like hockey mecca, like Lake Louise or something like that, where we have this sick outdoor game with this awesome view with these great camera angles, like Dwayne's talking about? Like, let's do it once a year.
Because you have to work around a crowd or anything like that. It was just so cool and
sick.
I think you could make up for the revenue of not having fans there just by the amount of more views you're going to get because of the location.
Absolutely.
And I think you could sell that to the advertisers. But let's wrap things up here. You guys confident in the Sabres to hold on to this lead? It's been an iffy for them in the third period so far, coming back from that COVID break, Rotolo.
Yeah, I'd like to see them play aggressive in the third period. I'd like to see them take their chances offensively, not just sit back and hope that the score holds up at 2-1, because we all know defensively they're not good enough for it to hold up 2-1. So, I mean, let's get pucks deep. Let's go work below the dots like we talked about last intermission. Let's try to add another one and then go from there. But I'd like to see them play more in the offensive zone this period instead of sitting back trying to hold the lead.
I love that comment. Rebuild them. That's my all-time favorite hockey movie. I don't people get on me about that. I love that movie so much. Stevie Weeks skate in the river, baby. But I agree with Rotolo. I'd like to see them take their chances offensively. Unfortunately, again, you'll speak to this, Mike, is when you have a goalie back there that maybe you don't trust so much, you're less likely to take chances offensively, especially when you're protecting the league. So I don't know if they're going to do that.
Right.
Maybe they go back into that, that system, that boring system of just trying to sit back and play defense. I hope that's not the case, but if they do get a win here, I think it happens in overtime or a shootout.
Tommy, 10 seconds. Is Dwayne going to be screaming at the end of this, or is he going to be excited?
He's definitely going to be screaming. I don't know if it's good or bad, though.
I'd love to hear it. All right, make sure you guys tune into the Crossing Swords post-game report for Dwayne, Rotolo, and Dami, and myself, Ty B. Follow us over at Crosswords Pod, at Two Goalies One Mic, at Trainwreck Spurts, at Real Talk. Let's